So how can we measure social media effectively? Daniel?
So we are obsessed with vanity metrics in social media. How many likes have we got? How many followers have we got? And it's all utterly meaningless. And then smart people will go, yes, well, it's not about vanity metrics. It's about engagement. And then you go, well, no, it's not. Because you can get all the likes in the world, you can get all the engagement in the world, and actually find out all of that engagement is from bots, or it's all negative engagement, or it's people engaging that are never going to buy your products and services, and it's having no impact on your actual desired outcomes. So how we go through is actually go past all these levels and kind of draw it through. How is this impacting our desired outcomes?
So what are the types of measurement?
So you're going to start off with reach. So they're vanity, but you kind of need them to get the other stuff to some extent.
Context. But
Yeah.
Don't look at it on its own because it makes you look good.
The thing is, it's really hard, right? Because you go, oh, you've got 1 million followers. And it's like, it just feels good, right? And it kind of looks like it's authentic because we've got so many followers. But we know how easy it is to buy followers. I mean, if you go in and you check how many people search buy Instagram followers every month, there's 260,000 people doing that every month, okay? So yes, we need the reach. How many followers we get, how many impressions did our content get, how many people did we get in front of. Then you do look at engagement, but not all engagement is the same. A like is a lot easier than going through and selecting that different icon and giving it a love, okay? And that's less compared to actually leaving a comment, and even less compared to sharing it and leaving a comment. So we want to probably measure those different levels of engagement as we go through.
You almost need to grade them, right? From like impressive and large number, but like not terribly effective at showing how much proper engagement that we got. My recommendation would start with the harder metrics first. Put those at the top, right? Because actually, you know, maybe you can actually push through, well, how many actual direct sales did we get off of this? Now that's way harder, you know, and you're going to find that buried within your analytics, not within the social media platforms. But I tend to start with some of those, like how many actual web page visitors did we get that weren't a bounce? You know, they stayed there longer than 10 seconds. You know, start with the harder metrics first, because that'll keep your eye on the prize, definitely. And then you can have some of those other measurements as reference points. Problem is, you know, we're human, so when you put things right at the top, that's what everybody looks at. That's where we're drawn. So start with the important numbers, i.e. generally the smaller numbers first, and that will help you direct you on this.
And then, so what about connecting this all back to your business objectives?
Yeah, so you've got reach, you've got engagement. We're trying to look at the harder level of engagement to reach, but we want to tie this back to analytics objectives. So you go into analytics and you set up what is your desired outcome. Lead generation, someone filling in a form. E-commerce transaction could be a defined level of engagement, someone staying more than 5 minutes, watching a video to the end. You set that as an analytics goal, and then you can use attribution modeling. And attribution modeling, so within GA4, within Google Analytics 4, is under advertising, and you've got these attribution models, and it will basically say of all the journeys that ended with someone doing the thing you wanted them to do, how many of them involved Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever the social channel is, and you can go, yeah, okay, we got loads of reach, we got loads of engagement, we drove loads of website visits, but actually it was part of a journey that led to my desired outcome.
And absolutely fundamental to this, you need to tie together your social media platform and all its lovely metrics and your analytics.
Yeah, data from different places.
Yeah, you do that very simply using a thing called a UTM code, right? So these are tracking codes. And I see this all the time. Lots of businesses they fail to put a link to the thing on their website where you can get more on this, right? And that's so important, because actually if you put a link in there, you've given people a reason to engage, and you've given them something you can measure. Hard and fast measure. It's not just a woolly, fluffy social media platform metric that, this was seen by this many people. Really? No, actually these people saw it, definitely, and they clicked on it, and then they went through, and we can see what they then did on our website. And I love that approach, because generally speaking, although there's a ton of things you can do on lots of different social media platforms, actually our websites are far better designed to get conversion. Whatever that conversion is, maybe it's a sale, maybe it's a lead, maybe it's just engagement and a brand touch point. But you can measure that a lot more effectively on your own website. And UTM codes are the route to doing that. Yeah, to make sure all of your links that you put into all of your posts are trackable, and you can trace them back to where it originally placed. Was it on Facebook? Was it on Twitter? Was it in LinkedIn? And that way you've got a much better measurement that you can use to guide you on what worked and what didn't.
So if you go to Google, you search URL Builder, it will give you the form you can fill in, or add that tracking code into your social media links, or tools like Hootsuite and a few others will do that for you automatically. And that final point is really important. That don't do social in isolation. Sometimes you just want someone to watch a YouTube video, you want them to look at an Instagram post, but yeah, that driving people through makes everything so much more measurable. It's hugely important.